sitting there like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reggie Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother Wildman Teddy T, a.k.a. Baron Theo Mound-builder.
He is in the house.
In the house, man, and I need y'all to be in the house too. Next Saturday, May 17th, for the annual Alpha Day Derby party held at the Gulfstream. It's 3:30 to 9 o'clock with DJ Tight, doing his thing, man. So
was that the event that I did?
No, you did the Albert E. Swan Family Gathering.
Yes.
Yeah, this is at Gulfstream at the racetrack. So this is the folks all dressed up in their, in their finest derby attire. Brothers come out in the knickers or the seersucker suits and the derby hats, and the women wear the, fancy hat.
Would I be wrong if I had somebody come out and shine my shoes every 20 minutes?
Nah, bro, you would probably win. Okay. You would probably win a prize.
That's what I was.
That's how you win a prize. See, you rock like Andre 3000 did last night.
Killed it.
At the Met Gala. Andre 3000 came with a whole piano built in his he had a whole piano built into his jacket, bro. So that's somebody just saying, like, I don't, like, y'all did all that, well, I'm gonna do this. Which is like, that's my guy. Oh yeah, here's your, we always gotta give this one right here, bro. The requirement for truck drivers to be proficient in the English language. And it's a lot of people, bro, that's really, really going through it right now. A lot of people who supported the Donald, is feeling like, well, man, I didn't think he was talking to me. I didn't think he was talking to us about what's going on, bro. But I'm loving it. I mean, I done got used to it. I'm loving it, man, because anybody that's suffering who supported old boy right now, they're in the find out period. They effed around. Now they finding out that old boy don't like you. And I found out something today. I found out, I think I'm about to go get me some of that Donald Trump cryptocurrency.
Come on, don't
you said it. You said it a while ago, Teddy. You know how I always come back and and remind you when you said something that I took issue with, because I'm like, man, you can't do. Where you going, man? We ain't get to the best part of that, man. You gotta swipe it to get to the people. No, man, that ain't. Yes, indeed. You gotta put that volume on, boy. Hey. You know they rocking. Tequila, rum is riding, rum is rumming. Tequila is killing. And I think if you swipe one more, I think they got one on the boat. If this is that one. This ain't that one. This is the last one. But yeah, man, so it's to my to our Hispanic brethren, like, I hate to say that they getting it right now, but I ain't mad. They changed Florida into a red state, bruh. They turned Miami-Dade County into a red state. So, hey.
I mean, do you think that's because our lack of voting and their more voting, maybe?
It's a combination. That definitely factors in that, they do a lot, as does the Haitian community on not underground radio, but AM radio. Well, on the AM radio, they on there and they have the staples in the community.
That's the number one in the market.
Right. That's how that's how you get them. You go and get with one of those top AM guys and they rock all day. And that's where the people get their info. That's where they get it, and that's where they get their marching orders.
I heard that dude used to be like, and that was the rest of the story.
Hey,
that was
see, you know more about it than I do. But what I was saying about the Trump coin is that they profit in like two ways. They profit in on the service fees. 75% is the story that I read today. They get 75% on the transactions, like on the administrative fees, and then they getting another fee. They aren't allowed to liquidate it right now because of, I guess, him being in office, so they got to hold on to it, or they say the whole thing would crash if they tried to sell it. But I think that's my next move, bro, is to go and get some of that. When I'm on next week, when we do the show, bro, I hope that to show y'all, my Trump currency, and then I'll be more invested. Cause at the end of the day, I'm trying to win. Yeah. At the end of the day, we ain't trying to take no L's.
No L's, no lessons.
Yeah, we ain't trying to take no L's, man. I ain't gonna be sitting here fighting windmills, all day like Saquon. Like Saquon Barkley, man. Saquon Barkley. He's like Jalen Hurts. He's like, bro, I understand. I understand. But as for me, not only am I going, not only am I going, but I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna go up to his club. We're gonna play a little golf. And he was like, hey, we going in the same place for the jump on Marine One. I mean, we are going to the same place.
The one thing that this guy came out and has physically said, he loves prodigy black men. Like he said.
Oh yeah, he said if he was reincarnated, he would like to be a successful, well-educated black man. And he, that probably went over the heads of some of his people. They probably thought like, oh yeah, that's basically, him saying how good or how well affirmative action Negroes have done. But I think he's going all the way because I think he knows us in ways that many people don't. I think he may have been at a freak off or two.
See some lit.
And he done seen some right. He done seen some things and like, hey, I'm looking at my little mushroom and I'm seeing some trees.
Yeah,
I think I want a tree.
Yeah, they all getting it. Like, what's his name?
But I ain't mad at Saquon. Saquon like, hey man,
what's Saquon?
Growing up in a military family, man, we respect the office and whatnot. And Jalen, he didn't come out and say nothing. When he was asked if he was going, he just was like, next question. Like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. And guess what? So far, old boy ain't bothering. So he like, man, leave the man alone. And he just got married and he's doing a lot of stuff. Correct.
So he
yeah, just, but.
And then you see what he said that Stephen A. could run for president.
Right, but listen, he's thinking he can be the guy to rehabilitate, all the bros who. Oh, let me get in there. I know how to talk to your people better than you do. Let me go in there and holler at them. It's like okay, because I be watching The View, and watching The View, bro. It's just it's sad, man. It's sad, bro. It's sad. Well, Biden is gonna be on there Thursday. So my plan is to, go see him on Thursday. I want him to bring Crockett. She's on Trump's radar, so that's about to be very interesting. She's on Trump's radar because he mentioned her in his interview with Meet the Press. And he was like, yeah, and the leaders are like, wow, she's very low IQ. So that's, old playbook. I mean, he about to start on her. So, of course, that's my new lady. So, she done replaced Sexy Red. She done replaced...
like I was with her in the beginning when she was out there.
Oh, she talk to me, because I ain't all the way in yet.
See, I don't know, it's like they're letting her speak because she's speaking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they saying, well, she just... Well, I'm digging her, man.
I like her.
I'm digging her. I would change her wigs. You know what I mean? Like, I could really upgrade her. I could really upgrade her, bro.
Everything doesn't have to be like she got to come with different tones.
Oh yeah, so that but they've shown that's an act. See, it's an act. They've shown that that's not. She wasn't talking like that just what they say a little while ago, a bit ago. A little bit ago, she wasn't talking like that. But I guess she said, hey, you know what? This is what's in vogue. Like the loudest, squeakiest wheel gets the oil, gets the grease. So I think she's on that where she feels like, let me come out there like Sister Girl and go out there, man. But if you listen to the things she's saying, she's quick with it. She's intelligent. She got a law degree, and she don't mind taking blows. That's the thing. She don't mind taking blows, cause she was taking some blows between Lauren Boebert and Margie Taylor Greene. They was double teaming her.
And then what about her over the weekend? She had a meltdown.
Who?
Margie Taylor Greene.
What'd she do? Tell me.
I don't know. They said she had some things to say about what was going on with the party. Like she didn't like certain things.
Oh, the budget, man. On the budget, that right there, that's nothing to see there. There's nothing to see there. That's just.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. Yeah, this dude right here, nah. Oh man, yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up, bro. Check this out, man. Your mama watching the fight. And you start getting beat up, and your mama done said, there goes my house. Now watch the son's reaction. You got to swipe on this, man.
My sister was crying about it, whatever the case may be. Then they like, mommy called us, right? Like in the midst of it happening. I wasn't out. Like the fight wasn't over yet, but in the midst of me getting dropped the first time, she called my sisters and said, damn, they go my house.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah, so that one cut me deep because like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I cried about that. And plenty times I felt like I hated her, but I know I didn't. Yeah, it is. That's the shit I say. I look at it like I always wanted that relationship with my mom. Like, so
what is it with celebrities and their moms, bro? Like Tina Turner. You heard about Tina Turner's mom, bro? Like Tina Turner's mom was like never satisfied. You see Marvin Gaye and his daddy killed him.
Did you know Marvin Gaye was?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Well, that's what what I mean. Like that's the man is dead. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say that, but I would say more so his dad. The issue with Marvin Gaye's dad in D.C. was that he's a preacher, but he was a cross-dresser. So Marvin was coming home. It's like, here I am trying to say these people, and you out there in the world. But then Marvin like, but dad, you wear mama drawers and her hats.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, it was what they say complicated. It's complicated.
Which call it was gonna what's his name?
Yeah, Terrence Howard. You talking about Terrence Howard playing Marvin? Man, get out of here. I wouldn't want him to play Marvin Gaye no way. Nah, get out of here, man. Get his old sensitive butt.
He just wanted something to say.
Yeah, his old sensitive butt.
When he said that, I was like,
His old sensitive butt. He was talking about Diddy going to one of the hot tub. He had me come over, and I went over there, and it was like be his acting coach, and then come over there and bought my music, and he's just staring in my eyes or whatever. And then but he didn't even say, but he tried him. He was like his assistant. He said his assistant, when he told his assistant was like, hey, he wanted, do you? He was like, oh, come on, man. Why do somebody like that when they can't, do anything? Do anything. You got your boy right now, all grayed up, no Beijing. He in the courthouse right now, bro, all grayed up.
Man, I said,
man,
reality.
Yeah, I wish I knew what that offer was. That they made him, that he turned down. But I know in the feds, bruh, it's like in the state court, they'll tell you, we offering you 2 years followed by 5-6 years probation. It don't work like that in the feds. In the feds, you take the charge. It's about the charge, and you got to take it quick. You got to take it quick because you get a whole offense level reduction when you come in, and it's called acceptance of responsibility. So, within months, you need to inform that U.S. attorney, are we going to trial or not? So you got to get it together pretty soon. So imagine you've been, avoiding all of that, and then you hearing about, man, my homeboy killed somebody and did a little bit of time, Bro, it don't even work like that in the feds. Because see, in the feds, once you do that acceptance of responsibility, then the Department of Probation, federal probation, they come out and do your PSI, your pre-sentence investigation. And that pre-sentence investigation is, they go through your credit, they go through your criminal history, they go through just all kind, your employment, they go through all that stuff, and then they give it to you, and they give it to the state, or they give it to the government, give y'all the opportunity to object, whatnot, add whatever, and then they submit that to the court. And in the court, the judge comes up in there. Remember, federal judges are appointed for life. They're appointed for life. So it don't, what I'm saying? It don't even matter. When I had the BSO case with the PPP, retired judge, this man was in his 80s, dog. Bro, this man was in his 80s. And we was in there, and we had the case, worked out. I had it worked out with the U.S. attorney, where it was like no jail time, all this stuff or whatever. But that was our agreement. When it was presented to the judge said, nah. He just like, nah. It's like, what? It's like, nah. Nope, because you got to get up and you got to, you have to give an elocution. You have to get up there and say, you got to give a whole statement of what you did, and as well as a written one. So in the written one, judge is like, man, it just sounds like, you overslept. And they called you, and you ain't kind of get it right, and you kind of wasn't really your fault, that's what the judge was saying. And he's like, no, this, nope. So then I'm thinking the judge is going to give us some time to talk about it, to recess the case. Man, the judge was like, Okay. Like, excuse me? Right now. you and your man talk about it right now. Y'all talk about it right now. So we in federal court. You know, I'm with my man, and behind him, he got like half the department of guys he worked with, the BSO. He got his wife. They all in there, and they all like looking at me, and we just going back and forth. And I'm like, man, I told you in the beginning that that was what it was gonna be. 'Cause it was like, yeah, man, but that's what I said. Look, bro, judge ain't no a little bit of toe in the pool in the water. Like you was in it or you wasn't in it, bro. And the judge is saying like you saying you ain't know that's what you did. The judge is like he don't believe you. So either you convince the judge that you knew what you did was wrong, or you going to jail. Or you going to jail. You going to jail. Because even though me and the prosecutor agreed to home detention, home confinement, because it was it came out to 4 to 10 months. 4 to 10 months. Like, well, you gotta go. You gotta go 4 to 10 months. Prosecutor was like, boom, and shout out to Rod Vereen. Rod, I consulted with Rod, and Rod was, hey man, I just had a similar situation, and here's what I used. And I was like, oh, in his case, it was more money at stake than was in my case. So I bust this memo down and submitted it. And so, U.S. Attorney was like, okay, we cool. We good with that. Whatever. Mission accomplished. But the judge, they knew the judge, so they could agree because they knew the judge was going to do his thing. So then the judge was like, nope. I don't see why he don't need to go for these 4 to 10 months. And I was just like, I got up. I was like, Yana, I guess this is where I earn my money. I was like, Your Honor, this is a very close case. And the reason why it sounded that way, and that's how it sounded from day one of this case. Like, Buddy didn't prepare the tax returns. He didn't, do a lot of the stuff that the government has accused him of doing. It was a third-party guy who they knew about and did not reveal him until I sought him out. And when I sought him out, then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, Buddy's in prison in Seattle. And he's done this to a lot of folks. He's a third-party preparer. Essentially, you go in and you apply for a PPP loan, you don't get it. But then everybody around you, somebody done pulled up to work. Scoot. They done pulled up to work in a new Corvette. And you like, what happened? Good old Uncle Sam, baby. Good old Uncle Sam, bro. They done hit me with the sent that bread. Man, how you do that? Man, I ain't do it. This old homeboy right there, they doing everybody. That's why you see it was 17 people. And I think 17, mostly black, got caught up because Buddy like, hey, that one right there, but he gonna get you. He gonna get it.
He gonna get you right.
He gonna get you right. He gonna get you right. So, they hit him up. And Buddy like, man, just give me access to your bank account. I just need to know your bank. So I just need to know where to send the money. I just need to know where to send. Don't that sound good? I just need to know where to send the money. You like, what? And then once you get the money, you don't even gotta pay me until you get the money. And once you get the money, then you break me off a little shop. Buddy like, okay. Next thing you know, Buddy called like, hey, did you get the stuff? What stuff? Man, check your email. You go, you check your email, accept, sign, DocuSign, and hit submit. And then next thing you know, get another call. Hey, yeah, what's going on? Hey, check your bank account. Huh? Check your bank account. And the bread is there like, bing. Well, you feeling great. You feeling groovy. But then when all that paperwork comes and you get that paperwork and it says, okay, you're saying that you had this many employees. You're saying your business made this amount of money last year. And here's the tax return to prove it. Well, those are the things you just, but Buddy was able to get up, say what he needed to say, and then, we was able to get it out. But that federal thing, bro, is just, it ain't no joke. It's a whole nother beast, man. It's a whole nother beast. And so Mary J. Blige, tell me this, bro. Why? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the third, you would say the third party preparer takes more of the brunt?
Bruh, the third party preparer wasn't even in the case.
Really?
Bruh, they were targeted by the government. The federal government targeted these black law enforcement. That straight up. Because the money that we talking about, like my guy was less than 50 grand. Less than 50 grand. And the money that he got, he actually used for his business. Like he actually used for his business. It was like nothing, no trips, no whatever. Like he actually had the receipts to say, hey, for this money, boom, here's everything that I bought for the business that I said I had. However, you had no employees, but it's represented that you have X number of employees. Your business last year did not make any money and did not file any tax returns. Well, here's a tax return that says your business made 6 figures. Because remember, PPP was to keep the businesses afloat, not invest in your business. And that's what our community, a lot of people in our community did. Looked at it as that opportunity. That was our reparations. That was reparations.
I've always seen they go after the preparer more than anything.
There are some cases probably against, and Buddy was in federal court, but he just wasn't a named defendant in our case. They had him in Seattle. They had him in Seattle, and he was the guy behind, like, most of these dudes. Most of these guys, man, use this third party preparer. They use this guy to go up there and do it.
Is he a brother?
He's a brother.
Oh, okay.
He's a brother. He's a brother.
He must have greased somebody's palms.
Man. And then, bro, I had other folks, man, with PPP, bro. One that got almost $500,000 in her 20s.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like nothing. Like no issues, no problem. That's what I'm saying. But they go after the 44,000 guy. They go after the 44,000 guy. That was targeted, man. That was straight targeted. And then you talk about the stock market losing $6 trillion, as it was when the tariffs was being imposed and all that stuff. $6 trillion, and nobody, nothing really changed. So if we can afford to lose $6 trillion worth of wealth, then what are we really talking about? Why can't we solve homelessness? Why can't we solve poverty? Why can't we solve it? We can. We don't want to. We don't want to. We want to keep folks. Exactly. Like that's how like we want this. That's how we want this thing to do. And so you talking about truckers and having to speak English. Well, in the next 2 years, ain't nobody talking because they already have the model program for driverless trucks. They just started this week. They got driverless trucks in Texas. Now that's crazy to me. They don't even have an attendant. Like if you go for me and my sanity, don't you shouldn't there be like a tunnel? Like do we have an issue with trains because they're on the rail and we feel like they can be controlled even if nobody on there? But if you have somebody on the same roadway that you on, but ain't nobody over there, like do we have that much confidence that nothing can go wrong?
I'm more confident with it on in terms of highway driving. You know, when you don't have to make many decisions. You just start, stop.
But what about like if somebody's in your lane? Like if somebody's in your lane, like they had a accident. Like I had an unfortunate accident. A young college girl on her way home from college back to South Florida, and got ejected from the vehicle and got hit by two 18-wheelers. You know, because she got ejected in the roadway, and then one came and hit her, and then the other one, like, bro, it was woof. But that's what I'm saying, like stuff like that, like what is it? Just they got the sensors that, like, if something's in there and they're gonna stop.
Yeah. I mean, because that's what they have in the cars right now. When you go back up, it'll stop for you, or if you come up on somebody, it'll hit the brake for you. So they're doing it in the cars right now.
Actually, the Teslas have the most are like way behind when it comes to technology. The manufacturers in China, they use a combination of camera and like infrared. Teslas only lose like the cameras, and they've been blocking to try to stop the technology from China to come over here because
Wow.
Tesla get wiped out.
But that's the whole thing with Doge, man. Your buddy, that's gangster though. To go into the system and wipe everybody out. You know, people talk about that all the time, man. Just go shut down all the IRS agents, like get rid of them or whatever. Trump and his homies are in there, like everybody that was investigating Trump, fired, resigned, get rid of them. The departments shut them down, and your boy with Doge, he went in there like the litigation against him or whatever that he trying to do, get rid of that, downside, stop that. You know, that's pretty gangster. That's pretty gangster. That's pretty gangster, man. And speaking of gangster, man, Mary J. Blige, man, she's getting on my radar, man. You know, I don't really go for the Cougars so much, but Mary J. is getting on my radar, bro. Yeah, she's getting on my. So Mary J. And you can play this record, man. I remember this record. Buddy had a record. I still believe in love. Teddy, you can play it. Mary J. Blige, I still believe in love. So the rapper she has on there, Vado, was being managed by Misa Hilton. Y'all remember that name, Misa Hilton? The lady in the middle. Does she look familiar? To all my players in. With style and grace, allow me to introduce. That's Puffy's baby mom. She was in that, the one in the middle, Misa. That's Justin's mom. That's Justin's mom. That's Justin's mom. If not Justin, is Christian's mom. But you know, that was you know, so you can see how far back this go. So she got into the game managing this rapper, Vado, and he got a whole album, and Mary J. wouldn't let it come out, allegedly, you know, in the video, wouldn't allow it to come out. Saying that she was trying to get.
Even it failed not. No strings attached, tongue out. We a shell top. They run DMC war. What's up in you beef?
Nah, cause it's on Hot 105.
Ain't from Maryland, but I think we could be more of an item. Size white for my item. Trust me, ain't nothing like them. Was times I would F they minds before I pipe them. Make them feel like the love of my life before I sight them.
It's a whole new
Wow. So it goes that he got a whole album, and I guess, you know, coming off the success of this record with Mary J. Blige, that he just felt like the people waiting on me. But you know how they do it, Teddy, back in the day. They shelve you. So he was shelved, and supposedly while he was being shelved, they was keeping his manager away from a lot of the, you know, weren't giving her access, wouldn't let her get in. And she and Mary, like, she was her stylist. She's been like Mary J's stylist for a long time, and like best friend, confidant, the whole nine. But supposedly Mary is with her security guard, and one of her security guards, she was trying to get Vital to sign with him. And when, you know, Buddy didn't sign with him, they just shelved him. So now she, you know, 5 million, that's, you know what I mean? I think that's a very conservative number.
How long ago?
Still believe in love?
Yeah, how long ago the lawsuit stemmed from?
Yeah, that's Still Believe in Love song. Teddy, you just played it. What song? That's like 2022? Yeah, that's one of her. I guess you don't really listen to yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess you don't really listen to Mary J.
So I wonder who put it out. Who put it out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of her. I listen to Hot 105. So I listen to Hot 105, and they play. What year they have it on there?
2023.
Yeah.
Okay. I just know Votto from a long time ago.
Oh, see, I never heard of him.
Yeah, Votto. Oh.
Yeah, Votto, here you go.
Oh, I never heard of him. So
And I was running, I'm like, how could she stop? But what label would she have? I see I guess it's.
well, you know, she working with Wanye's kids, with his sons. So I guess she's getting more involved, man.
It's a Beautiful Life. If that's her label, that would be the label. Because I'm like, how could she stop them from not coming out?
Yeah, I was just showing. That was a good picture. Show another good picture of her, man. So we gotta talk about these NBA playoffs, bro.
Woo, last night.
Man, OKC, bro. I don't know if they can recover. When you up like that, and then you just you lose at home first game. After that, I don't know if it's coming back from
all
that.
all the away teams are winning first games tonight. Golden State's gonna beat Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think Golden State blew it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Golden State blew it. I think they got all the shine they're gonna get, boy. Cause Golden State and Steph Curry look his age.
Ant-Man on the
Yeah, he on another level,
yeah,
bro.
legend takeout tour.
Yeah, he on another level, bro. Your boy Ant.
And everybody's forgetting about our buddy Jimmy Buckets, and he's the one.
Man,
that's saving the day.
Teddy.
Jimmy Buckets is saving the
It's
day.
always one hater, man. Everybody's supposed to be on the same accord. We all rooting against Jimmy. But here's Teddy T. We want Jimmy Butler to be the reason that they lose. Like, now, I don't want them just to lose. I want them to lose because of Jimmy Butler. Okay? Because of Jimmy Butler, man. He's horrible for the game.
Jimmy's doing it. That's why you see him. That's where Miami's at now, and that's why he's
Man, he's
They need to
sucker.
Get rid of his coach. That coach.
Sucker.
That coach was the problem.
Nah, we ain't nobody want to come down here. That was the problem.
The coach.
Ain't nobody want to come down here, man. They, you know, Spoelstra right now, I don't agree with this, but Spoelstra right now will be in the Hall of Fame. Spoelstra is going to keep coaching. Like, even if the Heat say, hey, man, we want to go in another direction, he one of those dudes. No, I'm saying he's one of those dudes that he going to always, like Rick Carlisle, he going to always get a job. It's the brothers that don't get recycled like that, except Doc Rivers. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, he a different breed. You see what I'm saying? But the regular brothers, man, they not recycling them. But these other guys, they getting recycled. Like, you're in the club, you're good. Bruh, this dude right here, man. He done took the turkey leg, which was, we thought was booming, but it was. We thought the turkey leg hut was booming. Like, man, all of a sudden, boy, you gotta be at the turkey leg hut.
You eliminate the competition.
I see. And not only that, he got weed. He got hydro marijuana coming from Cali. He around here taking out the ops. All with the turkey leg.
Involved in other criminal activity, including paying a co-defendant in this arson case to steal vehicles and heavy machinery. The FBI agent testified under oath that same co-defendant admitted to bringing truckloads of hydro marijuana from California that would be stored at the turkey leg hut and then got sold at the restaurant in custom branded packaging. Prosecutors allege Lynn Price got the proceeds and gave some of the money to that co-defendant. And while he's not charged connected to those allegations specifically, Price's attorney argues he is not a danger to the community. He's actually helped the community after natural disasters.
Mr. Lyndall Price deserves a bond for various reasons. One, being that he's not a danger to the community. You heard multiple testimony as it relates to his community involvement, the things that he does for the community. But more importantly, the co-defendants that are on his indictment have all been given a bond. So we're asking for equity.
Supervised.
Questions?
I mean, he's got a good case. I mean, he was doing what he's doing. And he ain't hurting nobody. So
That's what we call a serial entrepreneur.
yeah, he's
Right.
dope. I like that.
Wow,
I
man.
like that.
Did you get the guy who ran over the cop because they killed his son?
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, man. I think his name is Hinton. I think his name is Hinton. I think you got to look it up. I think his name is Hinton. Because I sent it to you, but and it's in Ohio, I believe, Cincinnati. And, bro, it's sad, man, because I can't say that I wouldn't do the same thing. But for me, I wouldn't. See, the reason why he's done. The reason why he's done is because he didn't kill, allegedly, the guy who killed his son.
Oh, he did it?
No, he just got a he just got a dude out there just writing a ticket. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, and the way he came out of the courtroom yesterday, man, where he mean mugged like all the cops, because all the cops was there standing in solidarity, and he walked by like, But, Teddy, I've been there. Because, we talk about the BA incident when I was in high school. And we talk about, we talk so much about the Dilla incident. I don't know if I told you about the Dilla incident.
Man, back in the school, he was there with the Dilla when you.
Chris?
No, it was the guy who was at the school at Sunrise High. When you brought it up, he was like, "Yeah, we was there."
Yeah. So the thing about Dilla, right, is we got jumped in the gym, the battle of the DJs, and we came back on Monday to retaliate, but they wasn't there. The guy was looking for wasn't there. But I was with the guys that I was with was basically like, yo, we ain't come all the way down here for nothing. And then when one of them said, well, Reg, did you say like, yeah, all of them jump you? I was like, man, it was, all of them was running after us. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't sit there and check the faces. I was just trying to escape. I was just trying to get up out of there. So then it was like, well, you said it was everybody, so that means it could be anybody. So it's like, okay, let's walk around. It was like, okay, Reg, let's walk around and find the one. It was like, nah, he too scrawny. He too, it was like, we definitely don't want to be like, we all came and beat up a little kid. So you got to pick somebody. Man, peer pressure was something, man. Peer pressure is real. If you're not mentally strong enough, man, because I was like, man, you know, I done got these dudes, they done roll with me.
You gotta get somebody.
Hey,
You
man.
want to be Cooper Good and let me out.
Yeah, man. It's like,
We'll take a different route.
I was like, oh, bro. So I get it. Where you just feel like, well, the dude you looking for ain't there, but he'll do. That was a he'll do.
Yeah.
You know, and it was within 24 hours. So he's still like totally grieved and not in his right frame of mind. But
Somebody got to pay for it.
in the state of Florida, bro, he has no relief because, you know, we followed Dalbert as far as insanity, and so you gotta have two prongs. You gotta suffer from a mental disease or disorder, and you could not have known right from wrong. So it's like,
So, question. So his actions in court, you know, he mean mugging the cops.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's
gonna hurt him.
well, insanity is not going to be in his arsenal. Like, insanity is not going to be in his arsenal.
Because of his actions in court.
Yeah, because he's definitely showing that, you know, like no remorse, and he's aware of like what I did or what I'm accused of doing, and like that's my son. Like, yeah, you know. But if you have a sympathetic prosecution and a sympathetic family, a case like that, I would say the best scenario is 25 years. The best scenario. This just giving it to you 1,000.
Yeah, because they said the guy who did, he was like halfway retired and he was older.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he had nothing to do with it.
He didn't have nothing. He wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah, he ain't nothing to do with it.
That's what's crazy about it.
So, you know, we did not discuss, bruh, Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
We did not discuss it. And I give you my take. I would like to hear your take, and I like to hear your take, Step, on it. And then let's see what your boy Umar has to say, because, you know, he's a funny guy right now. He's going from serious to funny. So, first round, I didn't cry. Second round, I was like, my bunny ears went up. Like, okay. Third round, alright. They started taking, like, prospects. Shador Sanders is not a prospect. Shador Sanders has been groomed to be an NFL starting quarterback, not a prospect. They picked that 26-year-old guy before they picked Sanders. The 26-year-old guy, you know, is a prospect. He cannot start on anybody's NFL team no time soon. Not to say 3 years from now, 4 years from now. Shador Sanders can start this year. Do not be surprised if Shador Sanders starts for Cleveland, because who's the number one guy? Deshaun Watson is hurt. He hurt.
And the other dude is old.
Flacco, what, 40?
Flacco's old.
So it's like, bruh, this man, and so put it this way, and listen, and then I'm gonna pass it over to you. So my thing is, if Shador Sanders ends up the starting quarterback within the year for Cleveland, this was a money move.
I mean, let's be realistic, okay? After, if Shador Sanders would have went wherever he was at, who would have cared about the draft? You understand? This whole thing was a narrative.
It's all about a money move. When the last time you watched the
That's what I'm saying.
third round, fourth round, fifth? This man kept people engaged
Watch
every day just to see him.
all the way through, and that's what, because that was ratings. That was all
Absolutely.
NFL move. That
Absolutely.
Was
So the NFL, the owners they done already made some millions. They done already made some millions already, and they showed him what time it is. Like, listen here, boy.
It was a twofold.
This is the lotto. The NFL is the lotto. It is the lottery. Now, the thing about the NFL, we pride ourselves on, and this is the issue that they got to deal with, because and all they got to do is look at the NBA, because the NBA has shown folks that no, it's not as random as you may think it is, because we're getting more and more children, the lineage of ball players than we have before. Usually the son of a great player crash out. We having more and more. We got Tim Hardaway's son playing. We got Gary Payton's son playing. We got Scottie Pippen's son playing. We got Klay Thompson, Michael Thompson's son playing. That's Gary Payton's son.
From Orlando, Greg Anthony's son.
Greg Anthony's son.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's son. Steph's son.
Dale Curry.
And their other brother. And his other brothers
Play for Charlotte.
playing as well. So
Doc
Rivers' son. So they're showing the NBA has already shown that no, it's not as random as you think. You get with the right chick. They got the right genes. Shaq's son is soon to come. There's a good chance that the kids can be here.
Well, they say basketball is not a trench baby sport anymore, which means it's less and less likely that if you coming from the hood to make it out, because it's more. It's like baseball.
Yeah, you gotta start. Yeah, AAU. Yeah, they start. Yeah, But that's what I'm saying. So to your point, they gotta look at NBA to see like, hey, all that stuff. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, they like flashy stuff, but guess what? They also do. If it's a child that's in their life that they're with, they married to their mom, or they're raising that child, there's a good chance that child is going to make it, right? And the same thing in the NFL. But to your point, they want you to come in there, be appreciative, and shut up. Be appreciative and shut up. But when you have somebody that said, "I've been at the pinnacle of this sport, I know what's up. We got money. You got money." This man, Shador made $12 million in college. So you got money. You done bought your mother a house already. That's a dream that, most trench babies, as Steph would say, will have. I'm buy my mama this, buy my mama that, or whatever. You done already did that. So right now, you're doing this because this is the Sanders business. And if this is the Sanders business, we're going to show these people, we know what it is. So, of course, you're going to have pushback. You're going to have pushback. Remember, Deion ain't make no friends in the NFL, right? Remember, Deion wanted to be a head coach in the NFL. And they told him, remember, under the Rooney plan, in the NFL, you got to go under the Rooney plan, which is you got to get in the program. You got to come in through the ranks. And Deion was like, I don't want to go through the ranks. And they said, well, you don't want to come through the ranks, then you don't want to come here. So he went, he went his own way. Well, before he even got to Colorado and Jackson State, and he was doing like, he coached his kids up from Pee-wee. So he been coaching them the whole time. So he's at a dilemma where it's like he had to have told his kids that it's going to come, because that's how Shador seems to be taking it. And Shallow seem to be taking it. That our dad told us that being Sanders comes with a price. We know our confidence, we know this or whatever, but with success, we're going to come through, brighter. Yeah, so
it's all for the narrative. It's all for the narrative, for the story. Because at the end of the day, they already said most likely he's going to start because Deshaun Watson's hurt. Flacco's too old. He's right there. Number one, he's going to put people in the stands.
How about his jersey is already the number one selling jersey
of all time?
Right now. I ain't saying all the time. Right now.
Tim Brown.
I don't even like Teddy T. Of all time.
So do you think it was collusion?
Yes. I think it was, from what I heard from what I heard from folks, is the owner said, take him out the board. They said, take him out the board. Well, just take him out the board. Like, none of us gonna get him.
Do you think they did that individually, or you think they got with each other?
No, it had to be collusion. Had to be collusion, because if they had not done that, they too diverse. But when they come in and they have they little powwows or whatever, just like Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick wasn't good enough to be the backup, the third string guy for somebody. The man was just in the Super Bowl and was the best player on the field.
So you think I also believe it was collusion, but so that means the owners had to give somebody permission later on the rounds.
Trump sent the text.
Trump did it.
Trump did it.
Trump said,
You ain't see it?
these jeans.
Bro, you didn't see it?
Yeah, Trump did it.
So you ain't see the stuff that Trump put it on Truth Social?
Yeah, I seen it.
Was saying, man, hey.
Stupid
Because of
owners.
people,
Stupid owners.
because everybody's watching it. And everyone who been watching, bro, when the last time we watched Colorado games? I ended up watching almost every week of Colorado football. Nobody ain't watching no Colorado football. We watching it to see
Who gonna show up? Who there?
who on the sideline, who out there leading the team out.
They had more off-season attention than the whole NCAA.
For real. So it's like hold on. Like, y'all telling us, it's like you pissing on our head and telling us it's raining. Like, cause we all watching this man play. Okay, so Cam Ward, ain't nobody gonna trip, especially down here, cause Cam Ward, all right, cool, right? Cam, great guy. So then some of them thought, like, we stupid enough to be like, well, if they get him, that shows we're not racist, right? We picked a black guy, number one. Okay, but you picked a guy who's every time he come out, he's like, I'm so appreciative. Thank you. Versus, Sanders is basically like, my family, me and my family, like, we coming. Does that not sound similar to LeVar Balls and the Balls in the NBA? Like, what have those guys done to show that they getting arrested, they running around doing stupid stuff? Anything, they showing like they great business people. They coming from great business minds, and they keeping the bread, and nobody's like holding up this dad as like, hey, this is a guy who got multiple children getting 8-figure salaries in today's world. This man, they got 3 people to get that. And what about Venus and Serena Williams' dad? All of a sudden, this guy don't know what he's doing, this and that and all that. Why is he doing this and all this other stuff? Probably the only one that ain't get that was Tiger Woods' dad. Tiger Woods' dad ain't get that. They didn't come out there with all that stuff. But when you hear the interviews from Tiger Woods, he told you what his dad was telling him from the military, that his dad with the military background, same way my dad did me.
Have you seen the video where they tried to humble young Tiger?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the point. Like, the news and all that, they're not showing like, oh, they was doing this, but that's what they were doing. Like, from the time he was on like the Tonight Show at 5 or 6 years old, putting, like, they was like, yo, his dad was like, yo, this guy's gonna be the guy. Like, I'm building him to be this guy. And the whole time Tiger was just saying like how his dad was just like saying, bruh, they talking this and that or whatever, you don't let them. It's like the poem If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those 2 imposters just the same. You know what I mean? Like, you just you don't need somebody from the outside to tell you who you are and what your worth and what your value is. And that's the thing. The NFL not gonna be able to throw money at Shedeur Sanders to get him off his confidence. Don't you want your quarterback to be confident? So I thought there was a racial component, but I thought it was more so a control as opposed to just we hate black people. I don't. That's not what it is. I think it's just, you know, they're used to a certain. There's a formula.
I mean, I think overall it was like even them like, listen, y'all, we're gonna make this seem like it was a problem, but everybody's gonna watch until the end, and we got ratings and everybody get money.
And Cleveland, we owe y'all, so we gonna let y'all get y'all guy too, and we gonna let y'all get him at this.
I can't do it.